Welcome back to Movies on the Brain, where we dive into the wild, action-packed thrill rides. I'm Jason, and today I'm boarding the money plane, where the stakes are sky high and there's no room for error. Directed by Andrew Lawrence, Money Plane brings us into a world where crime pays if you can survive it. Starring Kelsey Grammer, Adam Copeland, and Thomas Jane, this film is packed with action, suspense, and a touch of over-the-top excitement that keeps you on the edge. In Money Plane, we follow a heist that takes place on an airborne casino for the world's most dangerous criminals, where one wrong move could mean disaster. Let's dive into this high-flying thriller and see what makes it a unique take on the heist genre. Money Plane was released to video on demand on July 20th, 2020, and a very brief and very limited theatrical run from February 4th, 2021 to February 22nd, 2021, and only in Russia. Its budget was $586,443. And in those 3 weekends in Russia, it earned a total of $618. Its opening weekend in Russia saw it earn $373, finishing number 41 in the Russian box office, behind the likes of Soul, The Little Things, Monster Hunter, The Last Warrior, Root of Evil, and The Marksman, numbers 1 through 5 respectively, with The Marksman opening in Russia the same weekend. Its second weekend saw it earn $25, and final weekend saw it earn $3. I'm unable to find how it did during those 3 weeks, only the weekend numbers. So for 6 days, it earned $401 of the $618 it made in theaters. At an art museum, Jack Reese, a professional thief and former gambler, attempts to steal the disturbing duckling, a fictional painting by Asger Jorn, with the help of his crew, consisting of Isabella Voldiak, Trey Peterson, and Iggy. When Jack enters the museum, he finds out that the painting is no longer there and that he and his team have been compromised, forcing them to flee empty-handed. Without any other options, Jack goes to the house of the man who hired Reese and his crew for the heist in the first place, notorious gang leader Darius Grouch III, nicknamed the Rumble. Already in debt to the Rumble before the botched heist and under the threat of harm to his family, Jack takes one more job from him to clear his debt. He has to sneak aboard the Money Plane, an airborne casino that caters to elite criminals, in order to steal its reserves of cryptocurrency and hard cash. The night before embarking on the heist, Jack has his best friend Harry Greer keep an eye on his family while he is gone, and Harry also offers to look into how the museum heist got compromised. Jack and Trey board the plane under the guises of two human traffickers named Monroe and McGillicuddy, while Isabella poses as one of the flight attendants. As the plane takes off, 2 employees, codenamed the concierge and bookkeeper, welcome their guests, explaining the activities and amenities on board, while informing them of the plane's zero-tolerance stance on cheating. After several hands of Texas Hold'em poker, Jack leaves Trey in the main gambling room to subdue the pilots and take control of the plane. During the flight, Trey improbably wins a series of games on the plane, including Russian roulette and betting on the outcome of a fight between a man and a cobra. Meanwhile, Jack establishes contact with Iggy, who's on the ground to facilitate the transfer of the plane's cryptocurrency, as well as taking calls from the Rumble, who demands to be kept in the loop with the mission and reminds Jack of the consequences should the team fail. In the plane's vault, Isabella breaks off to secure the hard cash that they need to steal, getting into a fight with a guard, whom she kills before he can blow her cover. Meanwhile, Jack calls Harry while in air, who reveals that the disturbing duckling was already owned by the Rumble and that they were being set up to fail. In too deep to back out, the crew elects to keep going with the heist while asking Harry to work on a failsafe measure on the ground. Trey and Isabella work on securing the server room where the cryptocurrency is stored, and Iggy establishes a secure link between him and the plane to start transferring the cryptocurrency. However, the team on the plane are attacked by two of the money plane's guests who caught wind of their actions, and Iggy is ambushed by assassins who are implied to be on the Rumble's payroll. Trey and Isabella manage to fight off and kill their attackers, while Iggy is saved by a handgun-toting drone piloted by Harry. However, the servers have been damaged during flight, forcing them to download the cryptocurrency onto a USB drive, which, if used, would alert the money plane. A team of assassins sent to Jack's home to kill his family. A team of assassins is sent to Jack's home to kill his family, but Harry, revealed to be present, guns them down. Meanwhile, the team decides to not keep any of the money and instead donate to charitable causes around the world, with special focus on those affected by the guests of the money plane. Jack makes one final call to the Rumble, who is angered by the team's betrayal, but is stunned when Jack reveals that he played a clip of the Rumble, stating his identity and his intentions to rob the money plane over the plane's radio, sealing his fate. The team escapes the plane via an emergency exit door while letting the hard cash fall out of it. Meanwhile, the money plane has assassins sent to the Rumble's house to kill him. 3 months after the heist, two warehouse workers in Istanbul open a painting shipping case, only to find out that the artwork inside has been stolen and replaced. Back home, it is revealed that Jack and his crew have stolen the disturbing duckling, and that the price has been driven up to $60 million, which Jack has split up 5 ways between him, his crew, and Harry, ensuring they all have enough money to retire. Now let's look at the cast and some of their other roles. Adam Copeland as Jack Reese. Other roles for Adam Copeland include Jateel Flatnose in the TV show Vikings, Dwight Hendrickson in the TV show Haven, and Lucas Nolan in Interrogation. Kelsey Grammer as Darius Emmanuel Grouch, aka The Rumble. Other roles for Kelsey Grammer include Sideshow Bob in the TV show The Simpsons, Harold Attinger in Transformers Age of Extinction, and Dr. Fraser Crane in the TV show Frasier. Thomas Jane as Harry Greer. Other roles for Thomas Jane include Wayne Coulson in Killshot, Peter Roberts in Drive Hard, and Joe Miller in the TV show The Expanse. Denise Richards as Sarah. Other roles for Denise Richards include Kit Ash in The Housekeeper, Deborah in Love Actually, and the Countess of Champagne in the TV show Glow in Darkness. Katrina Norman as Isabella Voltiak. Other roles for Katrina Norman include the cheerleader dancer in Disaster Movie, Polly in the TV show Nashville, and Kayla in Through the Glass Darkly. Patrick Lamont Jr. as Trey Peterson. Other roles for Patrick Lamont Jr. include Henley in Vendetta, Malik in Emergency, and Orlando in Not Alone. Andrew Lawrence as Iggy. Other roles for Andrew Lawrence include Jason in the TV show United States of Terra, TJ Detweiler in the TV show Recess, and Nick Ramos in the Dead Rising 3 video game. Joey Lawrence as the concierge. Other roles for Joey Lawrence include Oliver in Oliver and Company, Joe Roman in the TV show Brotherly Love, and Scott in Pardoned by Grace. Matthew Lawrence as the cowboy. Other roles for Matthew Lawrence include Jack Hunter in the TV show Boy Meets World, Lance Truman in The Comebacks, and Billy in The Hot Chick. Al Sapienza as the bookkeeper. Other roles for Al Sapienza include Marsh in the TV show Reacher, Gil Clancy in Big George Foreman, and Jerry Pierce in the TV show Most Dangerous Game. Seeing Adam Copeland in a movie that wasn't made by WWE Studios is so strange to me, but I really enjoyed it, actually. Starting the movie off with an art museum heist gone wrong is a creative way to start it, and the score is really great, especially hearing Adam Copeland give the opening dialogue in a voiceover. to get us up to speed is actually really, really smart, I thought, anyway. Kelsey Grammer and Adam Copeland in the same movie isn't something I expected, but from that first scene with the two of them, I want to see them in more movies together. I do like the setup of how we get the title for the movie, but the score in the scene where Kelsey Grammer reveals that if Jack is unsuccessful in the money plane heist, his family is gone, takes me out of the movie just for a little bit because it just doesn't match up. Just barely getting the cast and title card 10 minutes into the movie is a crazy choice, but I like it. It was a crazy plan to rob the money plane, but that makes the stakes higher, I think, anyway. Showing Jack with his wife and daughter right before the heist is such a nice, softer time before the chaos until Jack gets paranoid about his daughter's godfather coming in at the dead of night. Maybe it's just me, but with how much security and all that is on the money plane, I get vibes of Air Force One. Was anyone else? I love how they introduce the other big players on this plane over a game of Texas Hold'em. I thought it was really clever. I didn't see it going from Texas Hold'em to Russian roulette as soon as Trey takes over for Jack. All that talk from the Texas boy only to lose Russian roulette was actually pretty interesting. Finally, a fight scene with Adam Copeland, and it happens to be with the co-pilot he wasn't informed about. I knew the plan was going to go awry, but I wasn't sure how. Trey getting Trey getting sick was a bit of comic relief right before Isabella rips a guy's ears off, which, ouch. I just knew Rumble would set them up. Kelsey Grammer almost always plays the bad guy. I was also afraid one of the other guys on the plane catching of one of the other guys on the plane catching Isabella and Trey. The fight scenes were good, but the death of the guy Isabella kills was a bit over the top, I thought. The gunfight between Iggy and the guy sent to kill him was hard to keep track of. The lighting was strange and the camera angles didn't help. I really enjoyed the whole thing about exposing Rumble and dispersing the money he wanted them to steal for him to charities, and his death being ambiguous, even though I feel it was obvious he was killed because he was inept at being a killer. The time jump to 3 months later and Jack having the painting they were supposed to steal in the beginning definitely a nice way to end the movie. It wasn't that bad of a movie, even if I didn't think the dialogue was very good for majority of it. There's only a little bit of fun facts and trivia about this movie, so I'll go into that. Writer-director Andrew Lawrence, who also plays Iggy, is the younger brother of Joey Lawrence, who plays the concierge, and Matthew Lawrence, who plays the cowboy. Tom Arnold was originally cast as the cowboy. Tom Berenger was also considered for the role. And that's a wrap of my review of Money Plane. This movie is a wild, action-packed ride with high stakes, intense moments, and a heist twist that brings lots of fun to the table. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to like and subscribe to Movies on the Brain for more breakdowns of films that keep you on the edge of your seat. Let me know what you thought of Money Plane. Did it hit the jackpot, or was it a gamble that didn't pay off? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember, in a world of high stakes action, one wrong move can cost you everything.